You guys know I'm a huge Disney fan, and I just got the most amazing news about an upcoming movie. I also know that it's one of your favorites. Zombies 5 is officially in production, ladies and gentlemen, and I not only have the details but also the release date, so let's talk. We got Zombies 4 not so long ago. It was released in July 2025, and it was amazing as always. We know that Addison and Zed were passing the torch to the new generation, and I just love that they were still part of the movie. I've been telling you guys about Disney productions for some time now, and we're mainly talking about how Disney wants to continue with the most liked productions by passing the torch to the new generation, like Descendants, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, and Camp Rock. And the thing is, we barely see the original cast in those movies, especially in Descendants. That's why I'm so glad that the main cast was actually in the movie while passing it to the new generation. And we didn't have to learn it from social media and stuff, since they also told us in the song Possible, with the lyrics, "It feels like forever since we were your age, we're passing you the torch, so don't hesitate." Even though they made it clear that we're going to watch Nova and Victor's story from now on, this whole thing just gives me the feeling that Addison and Zed will still be around for the next installments. Since they're also the executive producers of the movie, I don't feel like they want out because the Zombies franchise is really important to them. I know that some of you guys are questioning whether they'll be in the fifth movie or not, so you can relax because they'll be there whenever Nova and Victor need help. The last time we saw the two of them, they were ready to go their separate ways, but with a promise to hang out soon. Since they'll be the new Addison and Zed of the franchise, that's inevitable, obviously, and since they've seen the water tornado together, I don't think that they'll be going their separate ways. They'll have to figure out what that was. The water tornado thing reminded me of Uma from Descendants. She was the daughter of the infamous Ursula, and I remember that she also created something like that. So, it's not silly to think that Zombies 5 will focus on the creatures of the Sea World, and that would be mermaids. I mean, we saw zombies, werewolves, aliens, vampires, and daywalkers, so it was about time. I don't even know if there's any creature left in the fantasy world. Wizards, maybe? Yeah, we'll talk about this in a couple of years when we're getting the sixth movie. So, let's get back to the mermaids. Zombies writers are one of the best groups that I've ever seen when it comes to storytelling. They created these amazing things like Moonstones, Bloodfruit, and Z-Bands. I mean, come on, you gotta give the credit. And in every movie, the whole thing was about the Moonstones somehow. So, we know that Mermaids Moonstones will be important, but I'm sure that they're gonna give us a really interesting story with it. Like, how can mermaids transform and why they've decided to come back after all this time? And besides mermaids, I also have an unpopular theory. Okay, hear me out. We saw that daywalkers have the power to control fire, and the vampires can control the air/wind, right? So what if there was another monster kind that can control the water? It totally makes sense since our characters can't film the entire movie underwater, and mermaids won't be mermaids if they film the entire movie on land. But, as I said, it's just my theory, and you can feel free to write yours in the comments. With all these, there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and it's the new cast members. We know that Disney wants to work with the beloved actors on various projects. Like Freya Sky was in Zombies, then they wrote a part for her in Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, and Malachi Barton is now in the new Camp Rock movie after his part in Zombies 4. So you kinda see where I'm going with this, right? Some of the most beloved actors these days are Liamani Segura and Janice Leanne Brown. So what I think is, one of them will be the leader of the new monster kind. You guys know Liamani as Lady Pink from Descendants and Sage from Camp Rock 3. She has a beautiful voice, which is a plus for a musical like Zombies. On the other hand, Janice Leanne Brown is also really talented. You guys saw her as Billy from Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, and no one would be better than her for the part, to be honest. And we also know that she can sing, since she's the one singing the theme song of the show. So, they're both very strong candidates. But what I think is Janice can get the part since Liamani has two movies that's still in the works. Let me know who you guys think will get the part. Now, it's time for the part you've all been waiting for, the release date. Disney hasn't announced that Zombies 5 is in production, but Production Weekly included the fifth installment to their list in the previous week. And now, it's set to begin filming in spring 2026, which means we'll get the movie around June 2027 and the trailer by May 2027. In the meantime, you can check the video on the screen and don't forget to follow for more zombies content.